heard my wife planning my death while I was still alive. "She won't wake up," she whispered. "Not after tonight." I wanted to move. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. My body stayed still, as if I was already gone. They thought I was unconscious. They thought I couldn't hear them. But I heard everything. Every word, every lie. My name is Daniel, and 3 days ago, I was in a car accident. At least, that's what everyone believes. The truth? I remember the impact, the sound of metal crushing, the glass shattering everywhere. But that wasn't the last thing I remember. I remember her, my wife, sitting beside me, completely calm. Too calm. No panic, no fear, just silence. And then, darkness. When I woke up, I didn't open my eyes, not fully, because something felt wrong. Very wrong. The room smelled like a hospital, machines beeping slowly, cold air against my skin, and then I heard her voice. Soft, careful, almost fake. "Doctor said he might not wake up," she said, "but that's fine. Right?" "Right." My heart dropped. Another voice answered. A man, low, confident. "We just need a little more time," he said. "Then everything will be ours." Ours. That word kept echoing in my head. I didn't understand. Not yet, but I stayed still. Because something inside me said, "Don't move. Don't react. Not yet." Hours passed, or maybe days. I couldn't tell. But they kept coming back, talking, whispering, planning, like I wasn't even there. "The insurance is confirmed," the man said one night. "Once he's gone, it's all yours." And she laughed. Not loudly, not hysterically, just enough to break me. That's when I realized this wasn't an accident. This was planned, and soon, very soon, they were going to regret everything. The next morning, everything felt different. The room was quieter, too quiet. No laughter, no whispers, no voices. For a moment, I thought they were gone. But then, the door opened. Footsteps, slow, careful. It was her. She walked closer. I could feel it. Her presence, right beside me. Her hand touched mine. Cold, unfamiliar. "I'm sorry," she whispered. Sorry, that word meant nothing anymore. Not after everything I heard. Her fingers tightened slightly, like she was saying goodbye, or preparing to let go. Then I heard it. A machine, soft, rhythmic, keeping me alive. And then, silence. She stepped closer. "Is everything ready?" she asked. A man's voice answered again. The same one. "Yes," he said. "Once we turn it off, it's over." Turn it off. My heartbeat spiked. So this was it. This was how it ends. Not an accident. Not fate, but a choice. Her choice. I wanted to move. I wanted to stop her, but I didn't. Not yet. Because this was the moment I had been waiting for. Her hand moved, slowly, toward the machine. I could feel everything now. The tension, the silence, the weight of the moment. "This is for us," she whispered. Us. That word again. It made me sick. 3, 2, 1. I moved. My fingers tightened around hers. Hard. Her breath caught. Her body froze. And for the first time, she felt it. Fear. Slowly. Very slowly. I opened my eyes. The light hit me instantly. Sharp. Blinding. But I didn't look away. I looked straight at her. Her face turned pale. Her lips trembled. "You," she whispered. I held her hand tighter. "Going somewhere?" I said. The man behind her stepped back, like he had just seen a ghost. No one spoke. No one moved. The silence was heavy, crushing. And in that moment, everything they planned started to fall apart. No one expected me to wake up. Not like that. Not at that moment. The doctor rushed in, voices overlapping. Confusion everywhere, but I didn't say much. I couldn't. Not yet. Because shock was my greatest advantage. "I can't feel my legs," I whispered. It was a lie, a perfect one. Her eyes filled with tears. Real this time. Or maybe fear. "Daniel, oh my God," she said. "I thought I lost you." Lost me? I almost laughed. But I stayed still. Weak, broken. Exactly how they needed me to be. because now they would feel safe again. And safe people make mistakes. The man was gone, disappeared the moment I opened my eyes, but I knew he would come back. People like him always do, especially when there's something to lose. Hours later, she was alone with me again, sitting quietly, watching, waiting. "You scared me," she said softly. "I thought it was over." I turned my head slightly, slow, careful. "For who?" I asked. She froze, just for a second, but that second was enough. "I mean, for us," she said quickly. Too quickly. There it was again. That word, us. I closed my eyes, pretending to be tired, but inside I was wide awake. Every move mattered now. Every word, every reaction, because I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was hunting. The next day, I asked for my phone. She hesitated, just a little. "I need to check work," I said. Another lie, but she handed it over. Mistake number 1. Most of my messages were gone. Deleted, clean, but not everything. One number remained, unknown, no name. I opened it, a single message. Sent the night of my accident. "Everything is set." I stared at the screen. Then slowly, I smiled. They thought they erased everything. They were wrong, and now, the game had changed. I didn't rush. That was the key. People reveal everything when they think they've already won, so I stayed weak, quiet, observing. Days passed. She became more relaxed, more comfortable, like the danger was gone, like I was no longer a threat. That was exactly what I wanted. One afternoon, she stepped out to take a call. She thought I was asleep, but I wasn't. I watched her reflection on the dark screen of the TV. Her voice was low. "Careful. He remembers nothing," she said. "We're safe." Safe. I almost smiled. "Are you sure?" the man asked. His voice, clear this time, closer. "I'm sure," she replied. "He's weak, confused, useless. Useless." That word burned, but I stayed still. Because now, I had confirmation. They were still in this together. Still planning, still blind. When she came back, I kept my breathing slow, even like nothing had changed. But everything had. That night, I made my move. Not something big, not something obvious, just enough to shake them. I dropped my phone. On purpose. Right as she walked in, the screen lit up. That message, "Everything is set," still open. Her eyes locked onto it. For a split second, she froze. Then she looked at me, searching. "How long have you been awake?" she asked. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were not. I blinked slowly. Confused. "Just now," I said. A lie, but a convincing one. She didn't respond immediately. She was thinking, calculating, trying to figure out if I knew, if I remembered, if I was dangerous. That was the moment. The shift. For the first time, they weren't in control anymore. And they didn't even realize it yet. The next morning, I stopped pretending to be completely helpless. Just a little change. Small, controlled, enough to be noticed. I moved my fingers while she was watching. Slow, uncertain. "Daniel?" she said. I looked at her, like I didn't understand anything. "I think I'm getting better," I whispered. Hope filled her eyes, but behind it, fear. Because recovery meant risk, and she knew it. That same afternoon, I asked for a nurse. "I want to try walking again," I said. Another lie, but this one. Forced movement. More people, more witnesses, more cracks in their plan. She didn't like it. I could see it. But she couldn't stop me, not without raising suspicion. That was mistake number 2. The hospital room was no longer under their control. That night, he came back. The man, I didn't see him, but I heard him right outside the door. "You said he wouldn't wake up," he whispered. "I didn't expect this," she replied. Her voice was tense now. No more confidence. "He's starting to move," she added. "We don't have much time." Silence, heavy, dangerous. Then he spoke again, lower this time, colder. "Then we finish it," he said. Finish it. There it was. Clear, no doubt anymore. They weren't done. They were just changing the plan. I clenched my fist, just slightly, because now I had everything I needed. Motive, intent, and soon, proof. The game wasn't about surviving anymore. It was about ending them. I didn't wait anymore. Time was running out. That night, I set the trap, not with strength, not with confrontation, but with silence and patience. I placed my phone just slightly under the pillow, camera facing the door, recording. Then I closed my eyes and waited. Minutes passed. Then, the door opened. Soft footsteps, 2 people. Her and him. You said he was improving, the man whispered. He is, she replied. But he still remembers nothing. Nothing. I almost smiled. Good, he said. Then we end it tonight. Tonight. So this was it. No more waiting, no more pretending. Just action. They moved closer. I could feel them, right beside me. Her hand reached for the machine again. This is the only way, she whispered. The man didn't hesitate. Do it. That was enough. More than enough. Proof. Clear. Undeniable. Slowly, I opened my eyes. Not shocked, not confused. Calm. Focused. I wouldn't do that, I said. They froze. Again. But this time, it was different. No confusion. No doubt. Just fear. Pure fear. I reached under the pillow and pulled out my phone. Still recording. I heard everything, I said. Silence. Heavy. Deadly. The game was over. Or at least, that's what they thought. No one moved. No one spoke. They were trapped. Her eyes locked on the phone. On the recording. On the truth. You don't understand, she said quickly. It's not what you think. I almost laughed. Then explain, I said calmly. She couldn't, because there was nothing left to say. The man stepped back slowly, calculating, looking for a way out. There's no point, I said. It's already saved. A lie. But he didn't know that. Panic flashed across his face. That was all I needed. The door opened. A nurse stepped in. Then another. They had heard everything. Enough to question, enough to doubt. What's going on here? One of them asked. Silence, heavy, crushing. I looked at them. Calm, clear. I think, I said slowly. I almost got killed. Everything fell apart after that. Questions, voices, footsteps running through the hallway. The man tried to leave. He didn't make it far. Security stopped him. She didn't move, just stood there, frozen, broken, like she finally understood. It was over. Days later, the truth came out. The messages, the recordings, the plan, everything. They thought they were careful. They thought they were smart. But they missed one thing. Me, I wasn't the victim anymore. I was the reason they got caught. She tried to explain, tried to cry, tried to beg, but I didn't listen. Because some betrayals don't deserve forgiveness. As for me, I walked out of that hospital, alive, free, and stronger than ever. Because sometimes, the only way to survive betrayal is to let them think you're already gone.